Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you for your continued support to our channel. Without you guys, we wouldn't have been where we are. I took a short break for some reasons, and I want to thank the members of this channel who called and we were in constant communication. In fact, some of you guys helped me to go through what I was going through, and thank you for the support that you rendered. You're the reason why I'm back, and I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. May God bless you. Even without mentioning your name, you have very many, and I can't call one by one, but I just want you to know that I appreciate you for what you did. May God bless you. Ladies and gentlemen, the Kenya Kwanza government will go down in the annals of history as the most failed government in the history of our nation. I listened to Ichungwa in the middle of the continued failures that we witness in the country. Instead of owning up, instead of telling Kenyans what they have done and the challenges that they are receiving, in the wake of every symptoms and signals and signs that things are not working, they keep on telling us that we need to give William Ruto more time. 2 years down the line, with signs and symptoms that Kenya is headed to the wrong direction, they're telling us that time will vindicate William Samoei Ruto. And this statement really angered many Kenyans because they feel that it is a slap on the face of many Kenyans, or that most of the leaders who surround William Samoei Ruto still feel that Kenyans are either imbeciles or very gullible, that Kenyans are blind, that they cannot see what is really happening. This kind of defense is something that will not go down well with Kenyans. Kindly listen to Ichungwa.
Even for us as legislators, let us remain focused. We were elected because the people in our constituencies believed and they knew that you know better, among us the many other people you competed with. Your time to show the people of Kenya that you know better and they never made a mistake in electing you in your constituency is by making sure you offer leadership. Offering leadership does not always mean you doing what is popular. What is popular, Honorable Speaker, I've said before, may not necessarily be right. When we tend to act out of political expediency and play into the gallery, we may be doing all the wrong things. But when you do what is right, time will vindicate you. And I am confident, Honorable Speaker, time will vindicate this administration, the Kenya Kwanza administration. Time will vindicate the president. That those who talk about Ruto and lies will know there is nothing about lies with President William Ruto. That when he said in Swahili, tutawainua wale walioko mavumbini, wakule meza moja na wafalme, that indeed today, Honorable Speaker, I have listened to Honorable Lenguris saying that she has been a beneficiary of the Taifa Care under the Social Health Insurance Fund. I have seen men and women who are boda riders, mamambogas, also testify and post online how they have benefited, like the Honorable Pauline Lenguris from Taifa Care. If we have a program for medical care, universal health coverage, that is taking care of Honorable Pauline Lenguris, a member of parliament, the same way it takes care of mamamboga and the boda person, then there cannot be lies about that. Let me conclude by saying, as the president said, as leaders, let us continue listening to our people. Let us reaffirm the resilience of our nation and remain focused to ensure, Honorable Speaker, that we succeed. Because I, as the president said, Honorable Speaker, and I know this has rubbed some people the wrong way. Honorable Speaker, on a light note, when the president said here that failure is not an option, I was elected, Honorable Speaker, and I tweeted and posted and reposted it. And I saw many people online bashing me, asking, how many times are you going to post? And Honorable Speaker, I would repost it again to rub them the wrong way, because I believe truly that failure is not an option. and nobody should ever pray that this nation fails. If we are speaking to our national values, part of those national values is patriotism. And we have been told before that patriotism, or rather praying or hoping that your president or your nation fails, is the height of being unpatriotic. Let us be patriotic Kenyans in line with our national values, and all in one accord say that failure is not an option.
It was not only the majority leader Kimani Ichungwa who came to the defense of William Samoei Ruto. Esther Passaris defended William Ruto, and she even extended that defense and decided to accuse Kenyans who are living in the diaspora, those who continue to criticize William Samoei Ruto, those who call it the way it is, those who are telling William Ruto that things are not right, and indeed you need to change if you want Kenya to succeed. And Esther Passaris feels that we should let William Ruto be, even if or when things are going in the wrong direction. We should just keep on praising Mr. President, Mtukufu Rais. We should, in other words, Esther is telling people that we should lie to William Ruto that things are going on well.
We have to understand that the president has been in office only since 2022. And from 2022, I actually have to celebrate and commend him for being a very hard-working, focused president. And so hard-working and focused is he that I am not surprised that him and the Right Honorable Raila Odinga have teamed up to form the broad-based government. The broad-based government does not negate an opposition. Even members of government have been proved to be in opposition. When we come into opposition, it is because we are convicted that something is right and something is wrong. So anyone in this house can choose at any point in their leadership to shift from being opposition or from being government. And we have seen that in this house. That shows the independence of the house and the independence of the members. And I want to tell the Kenyans out there, especially the ones who are abroad and probably never even voted, don't even send any taxes to Kenya. You know, certain countries pay taxes if they want pensions in their own country, certain citizens. I mean, here we have a lot of Kenyans who live abroad, and they make so much noise, and they keep branding the president a liar. I'll tell you one thing. There is no one who can make a promise and be able to deliver it when things that are beyond his control come to play. When the president became president of this country, one, we had climate change to deal with. Two, we had wars all over the place. We were coming out from COVID. He has tried his best, and he's doing his best. The naysayers and those who are negative, please remember, Kenya belongs to all of us. The president has said we have to be resilient, we have to be focused, and we have to work together. The efforts to bring Kenya from poverty to prosperity, right, depends on all of us. Our forefathers worked hard. We're working hard. You, the youth of today, will work hard tomorrow. The country continues to progress. Let us celebrate the wins we have today, because if we don't celebrate, then we cannot bless the nation. Thank you, Mr. President, for the good work that you're doing. Continue, and may God continue to favor you. Thank you.
What do you make out of the statements from Esther Passaris, the Nairobi woman rep, and majority leader Kimani Ichungwa? Because when you look and listen to them, they sound like they are the only people who live in our country. Kenya does not only belong to the leaders, but rather every person who lives in the country. As a matter of fact, we elected the leaders to go and represent us. And so we believe that when the leaders are speaking, they should be speaking our minds. Kimani Ichungwa tells us that they contested, and there are many of them who contested, but the electorates in Kikuyu constituency believed in him. So true, very true. Every leader who was elected, that is, if they did not read, was elected because the electorates there, either at the ward level, the constituency, the county, or the national level, believed in their policies. But now they have negated the very, very policies, because they promised Kenyans that they will listen to them. They would always consult them before anything, before they vote, before they take any action. But when you see leaders like Kimani Ichungwa start telling us that time will tell, that time will finally vindicate William Samoei Ruto, then you realize that something is wrong. When William Ruto came to office, in fact, I remember him saying that immediately he puts down the Bible, everything will be okay. Then he extended that to another 3 months, then 6 months, then a year, and so. And there are not even symptoms. You see, when you're telling someone to give you more time, you need to ask this person, what have you done so far? You don't just tell us that we give more time. Because let me tell you, ever since William Ruto ascended to power, vis-a-vis the promises that William Ruto gave, because Kimani Ichungwa tends to have a problem with the mere fact that Kenyans are saying that William Ruto is a liar. Many people call William Ruto a liar, a conman, and all this. You see, they don't believe in him. There is trust deficit between the presidency or the leadership and wananchi. And Kimani Ichungwa seems to have a problem with that. But did you know that respect and trust is earned? You cannot meet someone for the first time and trust them. You can only give them the benefit of doubt. This is the reason why, when William Ruto was campaigning in 2022, he promised quite a lot. He had ambitious plans, and some people gave him the benefit of doubt. But now, after scrutinizing the promises, time has gone. There is nothing to show for it. And I don't understand why Kimani Ichungwa has a problem with the Kenyans who are expressing their doubts. Because definitely there is a problem. Corruption is the order of the day. Wastage is the order of the day. And you know, those are not my words. I keep on explaining in the channel that there are independent institutions that are maintained by taxpayers' money to look into how money is being used. Is there prudence? The Auditor General, the Office of the Auditor General, and the Office of the Controller of Budget continue to reveal that there's a lot of wastage, misplaced priorities, and corruption. And so when Kenyans react and say that William Ruto keeps on promising, yet there is nothing that is coming forth, Kenyans can see what is happening in the country. And Kimani Ichungwa should not, find fault in Kenyans because they're criticizing the government. That is the nature of our democracy. Esther Passaris tells us that there are Kenyans living abroad who are criticizing William Samoei Ruto, and she feels that is wrong. So do they want us to live in the Nyayo era, where Moi believed in leading a delegation to State House and you shower them with praises? If you don't do that, you don't get development. If you do that, you are an enemy, they will follow you. You know, I sometimes blame the leaders who are around William Samoei Ruto. If people who are around you decide to worship you and decide to block their ears, even when things are wrong, they don't tell you, then they are making you become a dictator. Because sooner than soonest, you will start looking at those who are criticizing you as enemies. And that is how you will soon realize that people are being detained, being kidnapped, being tortured, because there are people who are telling you that no one should criticize you. So ladies and gentlemen, that is not the way to go. People see what is happening in the country. It is not only Kimani Ichungwa and Esther Passaris. We are millions of Kenyans in the country, and we can see in terms of economy, security, everything that William Ruto promised. We can look at them vis-a-vis what he has achieved, and we know that things are not right. And someone must not gag us that we should not be criticizing. If he's talking about time, we have given him enough time. There are people who believed in him, but now time has elapsed and they're saying, no way. Who will tell the king that he's naked? No one, because all of them are worshipping him. They are stamping what he wants. It is the same case in parliament. It is the same case everywhere. People have been captured. Independent institutions have been captured. No one. And with the opposition in the pocket, where is the country headed? Your guess is as good as mine. And these statements have really backfired in the face of Kenyans. They feel hawa watu wanatuchukulia sijui aje. Wanaona ni kama tuoni kinachoendelea.